Hello there friends and foes, it's Witchbob here. We're back with the Fellowship campaign after I've managed to fix it. So if any of you were watching last time, you will remember that dear old Aragorn got lost up here. I kind of fixed it, I half fixed it. Basically, I found out how to get him to move, which is fantastic. However, he decided to take the North Road past Goblin Town, which is around here somewhere, and then managed to get stuck because he couldn't go either way. He just kept bouncing back and forward until eventually I had to give up, which is very, very annoying. So what I've done is I've kind of caught up myself, went back a few saves, grabbed up them from here, put them back through, managed to lose Samwise this time, but I also managed to get him to catch up quicker, obviously because we didn't leave it so many turns. So they're all together again. Obviously the turn amount is ridiculous now. It should be like 20 something, but Sam took forever to catch up. I suppose the good side of this is that Sam is not, it sounds awful, but not as important a character as Aragorn. For instance, if Aragorn dies 2 times, he is lost forever. And the game ends, basically. So with that in mind, it's a lot better now that it's only Sam, because if we lose Sam again, it doesn't end the game. We just have to make sure we look after him, so I've got to keep that in mind. But it's all fixed now, it's all okay. We do have some monetary issues that I'm sort of working on, but I don't know how much that really matters in this particular game. So I'm just going to kind of keep it as it is, and we may need to, you know, throw in a few console commands if we have to, because we don't buy anything on this, it's just there. So if we need to, we might have to, but yeah, so we made it to Lothlorien, thank God. So we're now there, we're looking after the elves. We have our ships waiting to take us to the Anduin Hen. So
yes, my lord.
Let's get ourselves on those ships. Let's get ourselves moving. So
boarding.
It'll take a few turns to get there. I'm really hoping this game isn't going to screw up because of the fact it took so many turns. I'm assuming they must have some sort of leeway for it, because otherwise, well, their mechanic wouldn't be there, I suppose. But I guess I'm just a really shit player. So we'll see how it goes. So Karas Galahon is coming up on our left. Grand Tour of Lothlorien. Okay. Terrible relations. Who would have thought, huh? Who would have thought? Okay, let's go.
Boarding the ship. We can go no further, my lord.
Cool.
Hiding from the enemy.
So I've been doing a bit of sort of reading up on this campaign, mainly when I was trying to fix it. So
boarding.
This is still classed as part 1 of the overall campaign.
There is no glory in hiding like this, my lord.
Part 2 begins when we get to Anduin Hen. But this is meant to be the easiest part. Yay. Oh, hello.
Ships ready.
Okay, so we need to get to here.
Yes, sir. Full sails. We can go no further.
Can't remember the name of these two. There's a name for these two little curves. I can't remember what they are. Let me know in the comments if you remember. I think it's like, is it deeps or something like that? Or I can't remember.
Set sail.
There was a huge battle here around this area where the sort of origins of Rohan come about, because their forefathers, who come from sort of the Rovanian area, which is sort of the north of Middle Earth, sort of around about Mirkwood and that, coming to the aid of the Gondorians around this sort of area. And the Gondorians aren't even sure if they're actually going to help them. Ironically enough, they're getting assailed by Easterlings and orcs from the Misty Mountains, and they're getting absolutely hammered in this sort of area. And they've already sent for aid to the Rovanian, but they've not heard anything back. And obviously, they are absolutely terrified. So there's huge cavalry charge that decimates the Easterlings and the orcs. And as sort of payment, Elendil is buried around here, and upon his grave, they sort of give vows to each other, which are the vows that obviously Théoden has to keep when he rides to Minas Tirith, but basically vows to be a sort of vassal almost to Gondor. And this land here between the Gap of Rohan and sort of this sort of here, which is obviously the sort of northern marker of Gondor, is owned by Rohan. It used to be a Gondorian area, which is why Isengard is there in the first place. The Tower of Orthanc used to be an outpost. But yeah, basically it's sort of a gift to them, so to speak, which is why they're quite a young race. They're kind of nomadic before this, so their settlements look quite old, and sorry, not old, quite new. So they're all very obviously wooden, and they're very almost temporary. So the only places they have that are very permanent are obviously Helm's Deep and Isengard, because these are sort of Gondorian fortresses. But like for instance, Edoras is quite a new city. It's only about 500 years old, which in Middle Earth terms is like yesterday. So the fact that a whole race came about sort of during the Third Age is pretty incredible when you think about it. Okay, so let's get to Amon. Falls of Rhoros reached. You have reached the Falls of Rhoros, which are the great falls of the river Anduin, below Nienhithol. Hithul? Oh, whatever. Where the rivers fall from Emmenmuir to the wetland of Nindath. The gates of Argonath consist of two enormous pillars carved in the likeness of Isildur and Anarion, standing upon either side of the river Anduin at the northern approach to the Nienhithil. Originally constructed about the Third Age 1340 at the order of Ramandisil II to mark the northern border of Gondor.
Taking the troops ashore.
Slightly unknown, but the actual northern border of Gondor used to be quite a lot further north. This was just sort of a gateway at one point, but eventually it fell back to this sort of point when the Easterlings started to ravage them. And as I think Gandalf mentions in the films about the idea that the kings sort of started to care more about their riches and how they were sort of seen by other people than they did about the actual people themselves. So they started to slowly fall into disrepair, and obviously then at the time of the stewards there wasn't much power in Gondor. They had enough money, but they started to slowly sort of fall apart, and parts of them were sort of given away to the fiefdoms, and they sort of started to become less and less of a country and more of a sort of collection of settlements almost. Obviously the age of kings sort of ended very abruptly, and for that reason there was no kings taken over. That's not to say there was no kings available. There were actually plenty of people other than Aragorn who could take up the throne, but because of a period in time called the King Strife, where basically there was a huge sort of civil war, they refused to basically name any kings, because they were scared that they'd go into that sort of another period of civil war, and they couldn't afford to do so. So it's kind of a noble reason as to why they didn't do it, but obviously it doesn't really help them in the long run, because Gondor becomes extremely weak, and Sauron utilises this quite a lot to make his war in the north, because he hasn't got to worry so much about his neighbours. He takes a feeling quite easily. So I'm not sure if I have to end the turn, because I haven't got any markings on here at all. So I'm just going to end it now and see what happens.
Splitting our forces.
Aha! Breaking of the Fellowship.
We're leaving the army. Splitting our forces.
Are they breaking them all up? Surely.
Leaving the army.
Okay, so
Leaving the army.
Splitting our forces.
So apparently don't actually get to fight the Battle of Amon Hen then. It seems to happen automatically. Oh, that's helpful. Saves on money troubles. Broken Fellowship. After almost 10 days of rowing, we came to rest at Path Gallen, a grassy meadow at the foot of Amon Hen. It was time for us to decide which way to go next. I decided to climb the hill to clear my thoughts and ponder the decision, but I was followed. It was Boromir, and I knew that Lady Galadriel's warning was being realised. We men of Minas Tirith are honourable and true to our word. We do not speak arcane power like the elves and wizards, only the power to defend ourselves in a just cause. With the weapon of the enemy, I could gather all the free men to my banner and drive the hosts of Mordor back to the black pits from where they came. The Dark Lord himself will tremble before me. Boromir's eyes glinted as he spoke the words. When I refused to relinquish the ring, he became enraged and came at me, forcing me to put the ring on to escape his sight. At this moment I came to truly understand the extent of the ring's malice. I knew it would consume all of thy companions one by one, so I ran. I made my way across the Anduin and on to Mordor alone. In the meantime, having found out what happened to Merry and Pippin, Merry and Pippin ran off to find Frodo and Aragorn sent Boromir to guard them while he and Gimli went on to search another direction. Only Sam, Frodo's closest friend, realised his intention and hurried back to the boats where he found Frodo preparing to cross the river. "Oh no, you don't, Mr. Frodo. You're not going to leave me," he cried. Gandalf said, "I was never to leave your side, and what kind of hobbit would I be if I didn't honour his request?" "Well, Sam, I don't know what kind of hobbit you are, but you are certainly a good friend," Frodo gave a smile. "Perhaps it was meant to be, and I will be glad of your companionship on this quest. Come then, we must hurry." At the same time, a troop of large orcs, sent by Saruman the White, came in searching for the ring-bearer. Believing Merry and Pippin to be Frodo, the orcs came after them, but Boromir intervened. Feeling guilt and shame for having fallen to the ring's temptation, Boromir fought valiantly to redeem himself. Many orcs were cut down in his furious onslaught, and soon fear compelled them to keep their distance and resort to bows. Under the hail of arrows, Boromir was pierced many times, and so the son of Denethor fell amid his many slain foes. After a chase, the orcs managed to capture the two hobbits and carry them off, leaving the Fellowship splintered and broken. Ah well, we've broken the Fellowship then. So Boromir's now been slain, and Frodo and Sam are in the Immenbule, and we have the three hunters. So I'm going to just collect these guys up. I don't know why it separated them. It's kind of irritating, actually.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
I'm going to put
your orders, my lord.
These two together as well.
Assembling a mighty host.
So I need to follow Lurtz.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Keep a reasonable distance, though, in case we end up fighting, because there's no way I can take them on. Okay, so this is now part 2 of the campaign. So it slightly changes now. So rather than it being sort of based off what you do or do not do, it's now mission based. So Frodo and Sam have a very set selection of missions. So they have 2 sort of mandatory missions, which is here and here, and then we also have an optional mission, which is to get to Ithilien, where we obviously meet Faramir and that. I'm not sure how this plays out. I'm not sure if it plays out similar to the film, or if it plays out similar to the books. If it's similar to the books, then Faramir should be friendly. If it's similar to the film, then we may have some issues, but we'll see how we go. We'll see what we meet down there. We just got to be careful. Apparently there's a lot of enemies in this sort of area, so we don't want to be caught out by them.
With honor. Making camp here.
Okay, so we can't move Merry and Pippin. They're kind of scripted to move with Lurtz, so obviously we won't be able to go anywhere with them. So let's end the turn and get ourselves moving away into Mordor. From Ithilien, Frodo and Sam observed the mountains of shadow that formed the western edge of Sauron's domain. This imposing dark mountain chain formed part of Mordor's seemingly impenetrable defences that no army could hope to cross. "Doesn't look very inviting, Mr. Frodo," Sam said with a worried voice. But Frodo was resolved. There has to be a way for us to slip in. Some unseen passage, tunnel, crack, anything. We have to find it, Sam. Come on, we have to find it. Come, Sam. Okay, so our objective is to spy out a way into Mordor. One round standing in the Blackgate region and 1 round standing in Minas Morgul. You can also complete the Faramir side quest if you want. It's basically what I just said, in fairness. Okay, hunt for the hobbits. Merry and Pippin have been kidnapped by marauding Uruk-hai raiders from Isengard. Wait for a good moment to attack Lurtz and his raiders to rescue Merry and Pippin. I assume the good moment will be when our dear friends from Rohan turn up.
Yes.
try and take this quite slow. Dead Marshes reach.
The Dead Marshes.
You've reached the Dead Marshes where several battles were fought, most notably the Battle of Daggerlad at the end of the Second Age, where the last alliance met with the forces of Mordor, with many casualties among elves, men and orcs on both sides. For years, the marshland began to encroach upon parts of the battlefield and engulf the dead that lay there. It's kind of slightly different, if I remember in the books. I don't know for sure, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost certain that there was a was it a king of men or a king of elves? I can't remember what it was. I funny thing it's king of elves. Obviously this last alliance was kind of formed and they all attacked the Black Gate, and obviously they moved on to Barad-dûr, which isn't really touched in the film, but actually it actually carries through. It's quite a large, I mean, it lasts years. I think they lay siege to Barad-dûr for about 7 years of it. The Dead Marshes are actually part of a random sort of incursion that this elven king, I think he's elven, but I can't remember his name. He runs into battle before the rest, and he's kind of he's flanked and pushed into the marshes, where he's basically sort of wiped out entirely. Like his whole force is destroyed, and that's what the Dead Marshes are. It's almost like a weird sort of memorial to them, but as far as I'm aware, the marshes were always there. That's the reason why they died so easily, because they get caught up in there and they get slowed down, and the orcs are able to kind of traverse it much easier than they are. I'm pretty certain that's what it is. Someone has to correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if that's not correct, but for some reason that sounds right. But yeah. Okay, so let's keep on following.
Orders, my lord.
With honor.
Make sure we keep tracking these guys. Okay, send the turn again. I wonder if this Rohan force will help us out. As I said, I know that the game itself is kind of has little things scripted to happen. So, where are we going? Kind of. That was weird. That was very weird.
Yes, my lord.
We have a random group of archers, though, which I think came with Sam, which is quite nice. Some elven archers. They're usually meant to disappear, I think, so that's a bit weird.
Yes.
I know that this kind of stops when we get to the Eaves of Fangorn, which should be around here somewhere. I'm not sure if it's probably on this side of the river, I assume. Okay, let's get Frodo.
Your orders, my lord.
With honor.
We'll take you on safe paths through the mists.
Making camp here.
It's weird they haven't actually included Gollum in this, actually. I would have thought they would have him as a member. But then I suppose it'd be quite difficult because he'd have to turn against you, so I don't know. I'm not really sure what the main threat is for Frodo and Sam, in all fairness. I'm guessing it's just orcs in general. Like, just try not to...
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Try not to get caught by them, effectively.
Your orders, my lord.
We're almost
With
there.
honor.
Almost there.
We can go no further, my lord.
Luckily, we met some scouting troops of Rohan who will help us to defeat the Uruk-hai, attack Lurtz and his raiders, and try to free Merry and Pippin. There you go. See, it is sometimes worth waiting around. So let's
Yes, my lord.
join forces with them.
Yes. We're
So we've got a fair amount of
combining
units,
forces.
and we still have our archers, which is going to be really, really quite helpful. Now, we are still outnumbered. Quite significantly, I must say. So hopefully, this won't be too bad. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. It's just strange that Alerts managed to survive as long, but I'm not sure how it works in the books. What is with the spike on their swords? It's insane. Oh, okay, we are actually... Oh, okay. It's going to be because of the heroes, though, isn't it? The attack was at night, wasn't it? We'll do a night attack. We'll do it a bit better. We'll do it as it should be, I should say.
Muster
Using
your courage, men! We march
words.
into battle!
Obviously the riders and the elves are reasonably expendable, so I think we're going to send these guys in first. As awful as that sounds, I'd rather not lose them. Oh, sorry, I'd rather lose them than than anyone else. So. Okay, so let's group these guys. Got our heroes in one group as well. And then we'll have our archers, which you can't really group. Okay, let's begin. Wow, this is going a lot better than this usually goes for me, in all fairness. Let's bring Legolas a bit closer. Oh wait, here he is shooting. I'm going to bring him in a bit closer anyway though, in fairness.
Advance, move out.
There we go, thank you.
Advance. March.
What have we got here? Archers.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay, let's cycle charge this, otherwise these guys are going to get massacred. Oh, I've lost so many already. Come on, Gimli. It's all up to you.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
You're doing reasonably well. Oh, I love these models.
Slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
And there goes Lurtz. And they should all rout. Ah, yes. So these guys are routing. These guys are wavering. These guys are routing.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack.
I'd say that's a pretty good victory for us.
Be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Very good victory. Very good. And we should be able to keep our little elven unit as well, because they managed to survive pretty much all the way through that, which is not a bad going. in all fairness. I'm quite impressed with that.
We have triumphed!
Boromir is dead. Merry and Pippin have been taken by orcs. Frodo is gone. The Fellowship is broken. What course of action is there for Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli to take? The Ring-Bearer has to forge his own destiny now, Aragorn said. It is out of our hands, but we shall not leave Merry and Pippin to torment and death. Let us hunt some orcs. Gimli let out an enthusiastic growl. We're with you, Aragorn, Legolas acknowledged. With this new pledge, with a man, elf and dwarf went on to follow the orc's tail. Later on, while making the forced march for the Riddermark, the land of the Horse Lords, the orc troop carrying Merry and Pippin was fell upon by a rogue group of Rohirrim. They swooped in on their fast mounts, sowing death and confusion with spears and arrows. Under the cover of chaos and fighting, Merry and Pippin managed to cut their bonds and make their way into the nearby forest of Fangorn. What a strange forest, Pippin remarked. It seems to be alive. Well, more alive than your typical forest, if you know what I mean. The nervous chatter of the forest, the nervous chattering of Pippin's teeth sounded off among the thick branches that seemed to be reaching down to grab them. Mary's eyes widened in fear. Don't look now, Pippin, but think this tree is moving. Aye, it is. It is moving. Run, Merry. But before either hobbit could overcome their state of shock, large treeish hands came down and picked them up, like a pair of potatoes. As they were lifted, the two frightened hobbits could see the pair of eyes peering at them from the dark little bark. Little orcs, came the deep grumbling voice. Destroyers and usurpers, the voice rose in anger. We're not orcs, Pippin cried. We're hobbits, shire folk. The tree grumbled, like a distant thunder. The White Wizard will know what to do with you, it said, and started walking. The White Wizard, Pippin frowned. Merry, he whimpered. I think he just smoked our last pipe. Okay, so now we have to move Aragorn level and give it to Fangorn, so they can search for the hobbits. Perfected.
Your orders, my lord.
With
We know
honor.
where they are. But, you know,
Making camp here.
such is the way Total War works. And we still have our elves. Super good. Super exciting. Okay,
Yes, my lord.
are we going to make it?
Yes.
Black Gate reached. We have finally reached the Black Gate, the heavily guarded entrance to Mordor. It was originally a gate built by Sauron, the Dark Lord of Mordor, to prevent the invasion at the gap between the Irid Lu and the Ithildath. It was probably built with the power of the One Ring, like the Barad-dûr.
We can
Cool.
go no further, my lord.
So to sit there for a turn. Oh, we're actually managing to gain money now. I have no idea how. Fair enough. Or are we? Are we losing money or are we gaining money? I thought we were in minus figures, unless we managed to get a gift that I didn't realise. Okay, so let us end the turn.
A prime position to launch a cowardly ambush if need be.
A cowardly ambush.
The power of the enemy is growing. His war on this country will come swiftly.
Looks like the War of the Ring has just begun then. The Dark Lord has commissioned an invasion against this settlement, so they're going to attack Edible. Well, I wonder how that's going to go for
Your
them.
orders, my lord.
With honor. There is no glory in hiding like this, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
I think that's a bit
Yes.
inside. There we go. I'll move it inside. Okay. That's us. And turn again. Hopefully we'll pick up Merry and Pippin. Away into Mordor. Our way through the Black Gate appears hopeless. The massive iron doors bar all passage, and the guards of ever watchful, I'm guessing that means. Our large army could hope to assault the gates, but numerous reinforcements await beyond it. There has to be another way. Okay. Following the trail and clues from the battle between the Rohirrim and Orcs, Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli made their way into Fangorn Forest in search of their friends. This forest is ancient, Legolas remarked. They went on for some time when the elf suddenly froze. What is it? Aragorn whispered. What do you see? I sense a great force, Legolas said in a low voice. The White Wizard approaches. Saruman? Gimli uttered in disdain. Be ready, Aragorn waned. We only have one chance. As they readied their weapons, a bright light like a star emerged from the shadows behind them, blinding them instantly. The three great warriors found themselves helpless in the face of this power, yet no harm came to them. Slowly the light dimmed, and before them stood a familiar face. Gandalf, all three cried in joy. All three cried in joy and disbelief. We thought you fell in Moria, Aragorn said, grabbing the wizard by the shoulders. I did fall, Gandalf answered, and I rose again. After I fought and smelt the fiery demon, on my own light was extinguished, and my spirit strayed from my body outside space and time. But my task was not yet done, and I have been sent back to see it through to the end. Come, there is a lot that needs to be done. Soon they met with Merry and Pippin, and many friendly greetings and gestures were exchanged. For a brief time there was a joy and respite. After meeting Gandalf was proposed several quests for every member of the Fellowship. Right-click on the Agents tab to see what quests are available. There we go. Wow, there are quite a lot of quests, including quests completely out of Rohan, which is pretty amazing.
My lord.
So move you over there.
Approaching quietly. Your orders, my lord.
Right,
Yes, my
Aragorn.
lord.
You need to go here.
Hiding from the enemy.
Gandalf.
We shall.
Your orders, my lord.
You need to go to Edoras.
Yes.
Yes,
Legolas.
my lord.
For some weird reason,
Your orders, my lord.
you need to go to Floanduil's Hall. Don't know why you're going to see your father, but apparently that's where you need to go.
Concealing the troops by your order.
In fact,
Yes,
I might give
my
you some
lord.
elves because you are
My
quite
lord.
weak.
Yes. We'll make camp here. We can.
And
Your
Gimli,
orders, my lord.
you... Oh, my frame rate is awful. I'm going to scroll a bit. You can go here.
Yes.
There we go. What other quests are there? I think that's it, isn't it? Give me Gandalf quests. Hallwell. What, back over there? Okay, weird. I kind of,
Yes, my lord.
Do you know what? No, we're actually going to keep these all together because
With
I'm
honour,
slightly
Taking
concerned
orders.
that
March to exhaust.
Your
these are all
orders,
meant to
my
happen
lord.
later on.
We
I
can
don't
go
think
no
they want to
further,
happen
my
now,
lord.
so I'm going to keep them together. I know Gandalf has to go off on his own because he has to find the riders to help at Helm's Deep when that eventually happens. That's fine, but I think the other three need to stick together, in all fairness. I'm not really happy about spreading them
Yes, my lord.
out. Right, we need to go to Minas Morgul.
Yes.
That unfortunate place.
We shall continue tomorrow.
Okay.
Hiding from the enemy.
Meeting the Ents. Pippin and me found our way back into the forest of Fangorn, the last domain of the ancient tree herders. If we could convince them to aid us, they could be of great help in bringing justice to that stinker of a wizard, Saruman. Remember our first meeting with Treebeard? Old he seemed, yet timeless like an ancient tree watered by the never-ending river of time. The Ents have dwindled, their wives are lost, and they feel like no one cares about the forest anymore. Treebeard told us he is on nobody's side because nobody is on his side. The Ents care not for the troubles of men, elves and wizards. Still, there has to be a way of convincing him. Okay, so we have to wait for a few turns, so we'll just leave them where they are. There's no point moving them in all fairness. I'm just going to check these. There's no other information on these, is there? No, there's not. Okay.
Your orders, my lord.
With honor.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Your orders, my lord.
With honor. Making camp here.
Yes, my lord.
Yes. We can go no further. My lord. By your command.
Okay. Oh, forgot to move Frodo. Oh, there's a few Mordor armies in there. That's slightly concerning. Ooh, it's a bit too close for comfort.
Hiding from the enemy.
Acting on a message from Galadriel, the leader of the Grey Company, Halbarad, rides to the aid of his commander and kingsman Aragorn. With him rides a group of Dunedain and also Elrond's sons, Elladan and Eddahir. Wait for the Grey Company in Edoras. New mission, Gandalf. The Siege of Hornburg. Saruman's army is moving to assault Hornburg. Theoden has led his people there to keep them safe, but now their backs are against the wall, and time grows short. Gandalf must go to the West Emnet and attempt to make contact with Éomer and his exiled raiders. Only together do we stand a chance of breaking the siege. Fly, Shadowfax, fly like the wind. Okay.
Your orders, my lord.
It's just over here, isn't it?
With honor.
It's over this way. It must be. You've reached Helm's Deep, a large valley in the northwest of the White Mountains which encloses the most important fortress of Rohan, the Hornburg. Originally the valley was home to a small Gondorian regiment, but after Calador gained Rohan, it became an encampment of the Rohirrim, where the guards of the Fords of Isen lived. Cool. That was super loud. Right,
Yes,
I'm
my
gonna move
lord.
Gandalf about here.
Yes.
Is this right? We're gonna have. Let me just check the areas. Oh, hold on a minute. So I'm in the Westfold. I need to be on this side of it.
With honor.
Okay, I'll leave him there for now. Strange feeling I went a bit too far. That's King's Nest. This is all. I think it might be over here.
Your
somewhere.
orders, my lord.
Yes.
I know there's meant to be a rise that you stand on. It's meant to be quite. I'm going to go there. Right.
Yes,
Aragorn,
my lord.
you need to go to Edoras. That was your mission, wasn't it?
With honor.
Your orders, my lord.
Yes. We shall continue tomorrow.
Yes, my lord.
With honor. We can go no further. Orders. Yes. We'll make
I'll
camp
have you guys
here.
come in with Gandalf. I think that's a reasonable idea. You know, there were elves there in the film. I'm not sure if they give you elves in this, so we'll be careful.
Your orders, my
Oh
lord.
man, this is dangerous territory for these two
Yes.
hobbits. Wow, Gondor are doing
Making camp
terribly.
here.
Okay, so end the turn.
Entering woods and preparing to ambush.
Treebeard found. After venturing deep into the forest, we found ourselves beset by Treebeard himself. Almost killed us, he did. Said we looked like orcs. Imagine that. Old he seemed, yet timeless, like an ancient tree watered by the never-ending river of time. The Ents have dwindled, their wives lost, and they feel like no one cares about the forest anymore. In this despondent state, Treebeard will not help us. He will not help those he believes have abandoned him. It is up to me and Pippin to find some way of showing him what a threat Saruman is, and that's something we can manage only by letting him get as close to Isengard as we can. If fools we be, then fools will die. Halbarad and his companions have managed to catch up to Aragorn and the Dunedain Kingsmen stand reunited. Elladan and Ahir have brought a message for Aragorn from Elrond. The days are short. If thou art in haste, remember the past of the dead.
Yes, my lord.
With
We've reached Edoras, the capital city of Rohan. It was built by Rohan's second king, Brago, son of the Earl the Young. It is home to Meduseld, the golden hall of the king himself. At the top of the hill of Edoras, great stables were built by Meduseld himself.
honor, assembling a might.
Your orders, my lord.
Let's get the elves.
As
this
you
way.
wish. We can go orders.
And we'll get the Grey
Yes.
Company there as well.
Joining forces, my lord.
And then we need to get these two,
My lord.
or at least one of them, over here.
Approaching quietly.
We've reached Isengard, or Iron Fortress, a large fortress guarding the forts of Isen from enemy incursions. Saruman made it its base of operations for his search for the One Ring and his attacks on Rohan.
I shall continue tomorrow.
Okay. I think I'll move both
My
over.
lord.
May as well, I suppose.
Approaching quietly.
Um,
Tomorrow's journey. Yes, my lord.
With honor.
I'm not sure.
Your
I think it
orders,
is meant
my
to be
lord.
here. I have a strange feeling that I'm in the
Yes.
wrong place.
Yes, my lord.
Solid.
With honor.
Right.
Your orders, my lord.
Kind of want
Yes.
Aragorn to go to Helm's Deep in all fairness. I'm not sure why we're sending him to Dunharrow already before that's even bloody happened. It's pretty insane. Have we already moved Frodo and Sam?
Yes, my lord.
With honor. Making camp here.
I think we'll do the Aphelion mission.
Your orders, my lord.
We
Otherwise
shall
these guys will be
continue
out of time.
tomorrow. Your will, my lord. We'll make camp here. My lord. By your command. Merging on.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Okay, we'll just stand in there for a bit. Still waiting for Gandalf to sort himself out and get his Aerid to help him out. Do we need to get
My
him
lord.
closer, or is he close enough? So I can't cross the bridge, so I'm going to move him here.
Approaching, my lord.
And you can also go down there as well.
Approaching quietly.
Okay, so oh wow, we've already been almost been an hour on this so far. Okay, I think I'm just gonna move
Your
forward a
orders,
bit
my
further
lord.
on.
With honor. We can go no further, my lord.
Right, I think I'm gonna end the turn, and then I think that'll be it for this episode.
There is no glory in hiding like this, my lord.
Okay, so I'll read this little bit out first. So, upon entering Aphelion, we stumbled upon a group of strange hooded men. They hail from Gondor and are led by Faramir, Boromir's brother. They have made secret camp in this region and continue to struggle against Sauron by waylaying his servants with accurate arrows and swift swords. Though Faramir seemed greatly worried and full of doubt, he shares in his brother's noble stature. From him we have learned about the column of warriors from Harrod moving through Aphelion on their way to join the Dark Lord's invasion force gathering at the Black Gate. Faramir has advised us to join him and is ranged until we can be made safe. Awesome. So Faramir is on the good side. Gandalf met with Éomer and was glad to find that the exiled marshal of the Riddermark was not forsaking its loyalty to his people or to his king. We ride to the Homburg. Homburg is sieged. Okay. So Helm's Deep is at war. They're sieging it.
Yes, my lord.
Your will, my lord. Joining forces, my lord.
Okay, so I'm going to move Gandalf. Well, we're not going to move Gandalf yet. So what we're going to
Yes. We shall continue tomorrow.
do, form up our armies.
Your orders, my lord.
With honor.
Make sure everyone's where they need to be,
Yes, my lord.
including Aragorn, strangely. Merry and Pippin are over there. So we've basically reached the sort of second half of the Two Towers now. So I think this is a good place to end. It's been a much longer episode than usual. So we'll cover the siege of the Hornburg and obviously the remainder of the missions for the Fellowship in the next episode. I think it's went pretty well, actually. Not too shabby. I'm quite impressed of how far the scripting's come on this. I'm hoping we're actually going to be able to finish it because we are not far. I mean, we've surpassed the halfway point now, in all fairness. We're this close to Mount Doom. I know there's a few little bits and pieces en route, but we're not far off. So, yeah. Let's end it here. So thank you all for watching. As usual, please like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next episode.